Today we're going small, like really, really small. So let's check it out. That is going to be very difficult to find now. Anyways, before I swish away, this video is sponsored by Skillshare. Oh, I found it. I'll be sharing one of my favorite classes I've taken on Skillshare later on, but for now, with the first link down below, they're offering 2 months of Skillshare Premium for free. So let's really check it out. Starting off, let's talk bag, and in this mini EDC episode, we gotta have a mini EDC bag. This is the new Aer City Sling that has been sold out since its launch, and for good reason. It's got wide seatbelt-like straps and a giant clip in the middle for maximum comfort and ease of use, and there's even elastic straps to keep loose ones from flip-flopping around in your face. Spin a rooney around, and voila, the actual bag. Made of a durable 1680D Cordura ballistic nylon, a huge water-sealed YKK zipper runs across the front of the bag, and yeah, you bet it's staying drier than your love life. No water is going to seep through either the exterior of the bag or the sealed quick access pocket, so you'll be fine when you're stuck in a downpour, alone, and sad. The top main pocket zippers are semi-sealed, which do a good enough job keeping liquid out, and the same stitch for the pocket behind. That ballistic nylon runs throughout the exterior of the bag, but the real beauty of this bag is this: expandability. Although everything folds away flat like some fancy origami trick, it can expand to almost double its size, and it's adjustable to your liking thanks to the locking straps on the sides. That means when you are carrying less, your bag isn't sticking out and getting in your way unnecessarily. And lastly, some jingling long zipper pulls, so you ain't gonna have any problems finding and opening these pockets. Aesthetically, I love it. It's minimal, symmetrical, and doesn't stick out with any shiny logos or fancy materials. And don't worry, it still works great carrying it fanny pack style too. And that's the Aer City Sling, keeping things hidden, functional, and lightweight. Most definitely my favorite mini item in this whole video. Let's take a moment to talk about our sponsor, because Skillshare is one of my favorite places to level up my brain. It's essentially an online learning community. There's thousands of classes covering topics that are actually applicable to real life. This ranges from creativity to business. It covers video, productivity, and the list goes on for many ways to improve your work and your life. They've got a premium membership that gives you unlimited access to all their classes hosted by experts in their respective fields. And the best part is, learning here won't put you into student debt, with an annual membership running you less than $10 a month. That's like 3 coffees. Now, one of my favorite classes I've taken is by Matt Balasai about going viral. Now, he doesn't give you an exact formula on how to do so, but he does lay out a foundation, methodology, and focuses on why you're creating a certain piece of content, which does increase your chances of being noticed online, unlike the other guy who just hits record and starts yapping like I do sometimes. Skillshare is offering a wicked deal: 2 months of their premium membership for free just by going through the first link in the description box down below. Anyways, let's get back to the mini gear. Now, with the bag fully packed with some really small EDC, let's start unloading. Starting with that huge zipper out front, giving you quick access to your must-have items. The pocket itself is fairly tight, but does take up the whole front face of the bag. So that's where you'll find their included dedicated key clip. Although made of plastic, it does the job in keeping your gear in place thanks to the stitched-in lanyard. Attached to it, though, is our first set of mini gear. Mainly all my tools connected onto this really tiny carabiner. Gear like this, from True Utility, the Telepen. Unfolding like a radio antenna, it goes from 2 inches to 4 with a single tug, which may sound like my life, but this is definitely the smallest pen I've ever used. And while I usually compare things to my index finger, this is like the size of my pinky finger. Made of metal all around, it's a solid build I can trust tossing around with my keys. In usage though, at full length, it's fairly thin, but it's like holding a regular pen thanks to the height of it. Plus, if you have literal baby hands, you can totally use it like this too. Popping it into its cap, it stays in securely through my scientific shake test, so you don't have to worry about losing it when attached to your keychain. Next up, a super simple little black box. This is the Sunstar PetitChokit micro scissors. At the size of about my nail, it's got a sliding latch that reveals 2 tiny blades with a spring-loaded handle. And for someone with relatively manly hands like myself, let's just say they're still perfectly usable for some arts and crafts. It comes with a lanyard for easy carry on the go, and the blades lock in with friction so they don't scratch you when they're closed. It's also just really affordable, which which explains the cheaper plastic build. Now for a little more serious cutting action, there's the Gerber GDC Zip Blade. Can be stored on your keys or even on your zipper pulls because it's actually got a pretty sharp blade for such a small package. The frame lock keeps everything in place and it just works for the odd job, which I can see mainly using it to open boxes. When folded away, nothing sharp sticks out, and like the scissors, is safe to keep in any pocket without fear of it cutting into them. Plus, again, it also stays in place through my rigorous shake test. There's even a quick release strap built in, so you don't have to untie it off whatever it's attached to use it every single time. This is the perfect emergency blade that makes it easy to have with you at all times. Next is the tiniest of any item today. This is the Primey, a titanium hook that's designed to do one thing: quench your thirst. Now I will admit, in shooting this scene, it's actually quite difficult to use if you've got weak arms, but for a last ditch resort and because Phil forgot to bring the damn bottle opener, this does the trick. Finally, to hold everything together, there's the Nite Eyes S-Spiner carabiners. They come in multiple sizes, but this is their tiniest that can withstand up to 5 pounds. The metal build make them feel really sturdy and the spring-loaded clamps keep everything in check. Plus, I've never had any issues with them breaking on me. It easily accommodates all 4 tools, keeping everything locked in place, but at the same time, still being fairly easy to unload when needed. That's my key collection of really tiny gear, mostly for lighter tasks, but great to have just in case as they barely take up any room. Moving along in that same quick access pocket, I've got a battery. This is the Mophie powerstation keychain that packs a whopping, drumroll please, 1200 milliamps. But for being the size of a condom, it probably packs more of a punch than you do. It's an odd thing for a battery, but the soft matte material choice Mophie has gone with actually makes holding this battery very pleasant. It's shorter and slightly thinner than my finger, actually coming in at about 7 centimeters. That's about 2.7 inches for you Americans. But the main reason you'd want this is this: a built-in cable. At 1200 milliamps, it'll give you a little less than half a charge on most smartphones, which is more than enough as this isn't designed as a backup charge. It's more of an emergency charge to get just enough juice to call your mom to let her know you're okay. My favorite combo is with a GoPro though. It's small enough that it gives just enough juice to have everything fit in my pocket, but also lightweight and with a long enough cable that you can handhold both together while filming too. When you're all juiced up, the cable tucks it away neatly into the body and the clip locks it in place. And thanks to the clip being metal, it can securely store onto your keychain and still be accessible with just a single push of a button. A nice addition to my collection of really small objects in my pants. And that's the front pocket with a surprising amount of space, but we're just getting started. Moving up top, this dual full-length zipper gives you access to the bag's main storage for slightly larger items, like an actual water bottle. Yes, the Memobottle in the A7 size. Look, no one should ever question whether they need a tiny bottle in their life. They just do. Made of a BPA-free Triton plastic, it's quite sturdy, holding the rectangular shape of the whole bottle. It's meant to represent the shape of an actual A7 notebook. I am thankful they gave it flat edges as well, so it can stand on its own. And I've got their aluminum matte black lid, sold separately of course, but it does include a plastic black and white lid in the box. There's not much else to say other than let's fill this bad boy up. Since it only holds about 6 ounces, which is about 180 milliliters for the rest of the world, this apple juice box at 200 ml is the closest I could find, and it did use up just about most of the carton minus the spillage, so it is as small as advertised. When compared to a regular 500 ml water bottle, it definitely wins in size and it's much fancier to look at, minus the child's drink inside. And the best part, it fits inside my front pocket, fairly comfortable too, where it doesn't bulge out and get mistaken for something else. Of course, 180 milliliters isn't a large amount. It's about 3 gulps if we're counting scientifically. But again, when it comes to tiny things, it doesn't hurt to carry, just in case. Now this next one may seem much bigger than the rest of the items, but it's actually quite tiny for how much it can do. For that 90s nostalgia, this is the PocketGo, a portable emulator that runs all your favorite classic games from your childhood, stored inside this surprisingly well-built shell. It's got a matte finish, so it's nice to feel up, responsive D-pad and shoulder buttons with a 2.4-inch IPS colored screen, and for full nostalgia, there's even a headphone jack, alongside plenty of other inputs on the top too. So turning this bad boy on, it's got pre-installed firmware that has everything you need to get running. You're able to add your own games to the micro SD card as well, and if you've ever owned an actual Game Boy, you'd understand the appeal of these pixelated retro games, minus the struggle of having to replace AA batteries all the time. There's a speaker and a volume adjusting knob, and overall, even with its small size, I found it still played comfortably over extended periods. This is the perfect way to kill some time, relive the simple days, or just try and convince your kid this is the new Switch Mini. Taking a look inside the bag, it can be pretty spacious, with about an inch or two in depth. What is really surprising is how organized the bag is, with two small stretch pockets on the front side, a large sleeve pocket along the back side, and even a zippered pocket too. Of course, it's the straps on the end that control how many of those you can actually use though, allowing you to open the bag up completely or strap it down so it sticks tightly to your body. Moving along in the sleeve pocket, this is the Matador Mini Pocket Blanket, a little soft pouch of comfiness. It weighs as much as a cloud. It can be bent, folded, and squished without having to worry about it, and squeezing the blanket itself out though, you're looking at around 3.5 by 2 feet, just enough to use as a blanket for one. It's made of a really thin but durable ripstop nylon and polyester, which would mean that it's also fairly water resistant, hence why I double this as a rain cover for my pouch, but it can also be a quick and dirty emergency rain poncho too. Given this weighs about nothing while offering so much versatility, it's a must-have in any mini collection. The hard part is just remembering where you left it since it's so damn small. This next one may raise a few eyebrows, but this is the thinking egg from the Orijin design company. And to answer your burning question, yes, it's just a solid piece of brass shaped like an egg. It doesn't actually do anything, but instead acts as a reminder. When holding this in your hand, slow down. Take a breath and allow yourself to take a beat. This is designed to help you step back in the moments you need it the most, to refocus, concentrate on what matters, and it's even reported to have healing powers. Whether that be a placebo or not, it's all about positive thinking. Plus, with it being a solid piece of brass, it can withstand quite a bit, although try and avoid taking your rage out on a stone that's designed to prevent you from raging. Next up, we're bringing back 2017 because this is a MecArmy GP6 fidget spinner, possibly the smallest fidget spinner you could flick one out on. As a fidget spinner, it's amazing. It lasts for about a minute or two depending on your finger strength. It's made of titanium with a matte black and gold finish, therefore being basically indestructible. There's attention to detail throughout the design, and the best part, it's even got glowing bars inside. Now the cutouts are quite tiny, you have to charge the bars up with some light, and it's quite difficult to capture on camera. So let's do this. Turn up the brightness, kill the contrast, and bing bang boom, it's right there. Trust me, it's actually pretty wicked when you see it glow in person. Now why fidget spinners were so popular 2 years ago, who knows? They don't actually do anything. But for those with restless fingers and don't want to be embarrassed holding a huge spinner, you can secretly spin this one in your hand without anyone giving you cut eye. Now that's the main pocket, with plenty of storage given its size as you've seen, but the best part is when empty, the bag folds flat against your body so it doesn't stick out like some cheap floppy pouch. Now for that last hidden zippered pocket on the back side, it's large enough to store my phone, where I've got PopSocket PopMinis attached, which are exactly what they sound like, mini pop sockets. They come in packs of 3 and are great for those who want more flexibility in how they grasp onto their phone, basically giving you 3 points of contact instead of 1. And although not as satisfying to pop, they stick on just as well. When compared side by side, each one is about half the size of an original pop socket. Now I personally prefer dual placement as it works great for landscape gaming usage, which allow your fingers to rest onto something comfortably while eating all the chicken dinners. Of course, it can still be used as a stand that's even better now with the multi points of contact, and don't worry, even with multiple stuck on, it still slips right into my pocket without any issues, so long as you're not wearing some sort of skin tight jorts. Now the hidden zipper pocket is my favorite on this bag. It's great for holding your wallet, cash, coupons, sweat paper, and of course, safety first kids. The pocket is easily accessible with the zipper pull, but the flap hides the zipper, making it less obvious to thieves, and this video wouldn't be complete without mention of this. A Heroclip, but on a diet this time. This is their mini version and it's a perfect companion for any sling bag. The Heroclip allows you to hang it anywhere you are, on a chair, on a door, or even a table. And it's so simple to use, even you can figure it out. A sturdy metal build and a tiny footprint, it's the perfect piece of gear to finish this list up. So for anyone that wants to carry less while staying functional, this collection has a little bit of everything for everyone. A tiny telescoping pen, the world's smallest fidget spinner, a knife that attaches attaches to your zipper, some 90s nostalgia, and a bottle opener you almost feel ripped off for buying because it's so minuscule. All packed away with room to spare in my favorite minimal lightweight EDC bag, the Aer City Sling. When it comes to cons, I honestly have nothing bad to say about this bag as long as you're buying it and using it for the right reasons. Just looking at the bag, it's designed to be minimal and lightweight. So don't buy this bag expecting to carry a full water bottle or a full umbrella or even your lunch inside it and start complaining that it doesn't fit all that. But if you're looking for a bag just to carry the essentials and not have an aching shoulder by the end of the day, well, this is my new favorite lightweight EDC bag, period. That's it. Remember, the first link in the description for 2 months of Skillshare Premium for free. All the other gear is listed under that. And with that said, let me know in the comments what the smallest EDC item is in your pockets. I rest my tiny EDC.